and welcome to what I think is going to be my last video of the night. It's gonna be Hot Topics, but this is my 5th video today, and I'm starting to get tired, and this is my 2nd time recording this one. And yeah, I'll catch up on the rest tomorrow, but we need to cover this one today, so let's just jump in and do it. It is the Jeffrey Epstein case, or news story. I don't know what you want to call it. I just want to say that nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, makes me angrier than when you abuse a child. And I want to be very, 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 very clear on something. These are children. We're talking about girls as young as 13, 15, or 14, 15, and even 16 is still a child. Their brain is not fully developed. They don't have the skills to make rational thoughts that adults would make. And we're talking about a man who was in his 50s while doing this, and older, and just dry heaves. Let's start with the deal he made with Acosta. That deal is criminal on so many levels. Not only was it actually illegal, but to let a child molester off with 13 months where he could leave for 16 hours a day and come home to sleep. So his jail time was basically him in a private cell, and it was basically a hotel. He would go there, he would sleep, and then he would leave. That is not jail time. That is not punishment. That people get more time for weed than this guy got for sexually abusing children. I want that to sink in. I want that to sink in for a second. You're gonna see me roll my eyes a lot. It's just like, yeah. I can't help the whole cringe reaction to this that I'm having. It's sick. And there's a lot of people I think that are gonna get taken down by this. And that probably includes quite a few politicians and even 2 presidents. And before people go, oh, you're just anti can't. No. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like Trump. I'm honest about that. I don't like Trump. I think he's gross. But Bill Clinton is probably going to get wrapped up in this. And because he rode the Lolita Express, he went to parties. And even though he's trying to distance himself, would not surprise me if he had sex with an underage girl. Let's just be honest. Clinton doesn't have the best history, and it wouldn't surprise me. Now, before anyone says anything, Clinton is before my time. I was a child when Clinton was in office. So, although I understand the events that happened, I have absolutely no political voting power at that time. I was a little kid. So, don't hold him against me. Not my choice. He wouldn't be my choice. If he was running now with all the information, I wouldn't vote for him. I couldn't. I voted independent because I couldn't vote for Hillary, even though I got Trump instead, which I didn't expect, and I still, to that too. Let's jump on to the Trump thing. He's gonna get caught up in this too. He's gonna try and distance himself, and his supporters aren't gonna believe it because the cult of Trump is very, very strong. But for those of us who actually have a brain and don't just listen to what Fox News spouts at us, there's rumors that he had a private cocaine party with Epstein and 28 girls at Mar-a-Lago. And can you tell me all those girls were legal? Probably not. And then you jump into Trump's history, where he would go into young girls' rooms at the Miss America pageant, and while they were half naked, just surprise them, which is a whole nother level of just creepy. Beyond creepy and beyond violating, and as a woman, I don't get it, and it's gross. Once again, you're just gonna see me a lot. But, and then, the other thing that I want to discuss is these women that were helping in this network. How can you, as another woman, help to violate a child and then sleep at night? I don't care how much money you're making. Or his staff. People knew what was going on. He had staff that would hand these girls money, and maybe you thought because you were giving her money that made it okay, but that just makes it worse. You were violating these girls, turning them into what was essentially the prosecution deemed prostitutes, which they're not. They're victims. And I hate when people sit there and girls that are underage are trafficked, or even girls, or even older girls that are trafficked by pimps, and they don't understand that they're victims. They're victims. Just because someone is selling them doesn't mean that they're not victims, and that they should not be treated with respect and compassion. And even if they are a prostitute, and they are willingly out there selling their body, it's two consenting adults, and that's a totally different video. But we're not talking about two consenting adults. We're talking about someone taking advantage of and trafficking children. And the other person that's going to get caught up in this, I think they're going to have a hard time getting, because I think the British royal family is going to protect him. And I'm a huge, like, Queen Elizabeth fan. She does a lot of charity. I'm huge. People aren't going to like this, but Prince Charles does a decent bit of charity. And he does a whole, like, global warming thing before global warming was a thing. So, I actually have an affinity for the royal family, but if Prince Andrew is caught up in this mess, he deserves whatever he's gonna get. Because if you had sex with a child, you are gross, you are wrong, and you deserve to be in jail. So, I don't understand how he got away with what he got away with for so long. I don't understand how how one person in his staff didn't see where this was wrong. Like, how do you find a network of people that are okay with this? If you have an idea of how they did that, leave it down in the comment section below, because it is mind-boggling to me. Absolutely insanely mind-boggling to me. And then the creepier thing that re-violates these girls, and I think has helped him get away with what he's getting away with, is the when they raided his house in New York, they found in the safe, they found discs of, like, new girl pics and other things like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if we find pictures of powerful people on these discs, because let's be honest, he's got to have some powerful friends keeping him out of trouble. So don't be surprised if you see some politicians, some judges, some senators, some presidents, some major bankers, and several other things that end up going down in this. Even William Barr probably could get caught up in this, because his dad hired Epstein to do a school thing when he had no education, and that's fishy to me. So, like I said, a lot of people are going down in this. I will keep reporting on it and giving you my opinion as things come out. I keep a Google Alerts on my phone so that I can see everything that comes out, even if it does stress me out and mind-boggle me to no end. I think it's important that it's discussed, and that we continue to keep an open dialogue, and that we learn from this so that it never happens again, because powerful people should not be able to hurt anyone, especially children. So, I think that's the end of my videos for today. I am exhausted. Tomorrow, I'm going to try and get some stuff up on the NIB, and there's a couple other news stories that I'd like to cover. I also think that we should get into some of the horrible things Transform Wife has to say. So stay tuned for those videos, and I will see you later.